Let's talk about something really important. It's this invisible force that's quietly derailing the financial futures of millions of people, even folks who are getting raises every single year. It's called lifestyle inflation, and honestly, understanding this is one of the most critical steps you can possibly take towards real, genuine financial freedom.
Have you ever felt this? It's a weird feeling, right? You look at your paycheck and it's definitely higher than it was a few years ago. On the outside, your life looks a little better. But quietly, month after month, your bank balance just feels tighter. Saving feels harder than it should. It's this strange sense that no matter how much you earn, you're never actually getting ahead. This isn't just bad luck, it's a pattern.
Well, that feeling has a name: lifestyle inflation. It's the almost automatic habit of letting your expenses rise to meet or even exceed your new income. It's not some big, bad decision you make one day. Nope. It's a slow, silent creep that just eats away at your future wealth before you even realize it's happening. It's a trap, and believe me, it is incredibly easy to fall into. To really get a handle on this, let's walk through a story that is so common. Maybe this sounds a little like your story, or the story of someone you know. It shows you exactly how this slippery slope begins. Okay, so it starts small. You know, a young professional gets their first real job. The salary isn't huge, but life is manageable. You're budgeting, you're saving a little bit. Then, boom, the first raise. And suddenly there's a little breathing room. So, you get a slightly nicer apartment, maybe you start eating out a bit more. Then comes a big promotion. And now that old car feels kind of embarrassing. Vacations, they suddenly feel like a necessity, not a luxury. The spending just slowly but surely rises to match the income every single time. And here's the kicker, the most important part. None of this feels like a mistake while it's happening. In fact, it feels like the complete opposite. It feels like you're finally reaping the rewards of all your hard work. It feels like what success is supposed to feel like. And that, right there, is what makes lifestyle inflation so incredibly deceptive. You know, wealth isn't usually lost in one big, dramatic moment. It's lost in hundreds of these tiny, seemingly harmless upgrades. 100 extra bucks for rent because it's a bit closer to work. Shopping at the fancy grocery store. That gym membership you swear you'll start using next week. All those monthly subscriptions you don't even track anymore. Each expense on its own looks so small, so insignificant. But together, they form this powerful current that just pulls your financial freedom right out from under you. And what makes this even harder is that we're actually rewarded for spending. It taps into this deep-seated human need for status, for belonging. Think about it. Nobody gets a dopamine hit from looking at your savings rate, but a new car, a nice watch, that's a visible, tangible signal of success. Our society celebrates the appearance of wealth, not the quiet, boring discipline of actually building it. And that creates this immense pressure to look successful long before you truly are. So let's pull back the curtain for a second and look at the real cost of this perceived success. Because every single upgrade, every new subscription has a hidden price tag that goes way beyond the monthly payment. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. On the outside, it all looks like progress. You've got a newer car, a better phone, a life that looks amazing on social media. But on the inside, the financial reality is often the complete opposite. The bank balance is actually tighter. Your freedom to make choices goes down, not up. You might be just one unexpected medical bill or car repair away from some real financial trouble. And this is where it really hits home, the true consequences. When your fixed costs are super high, losing your job becomes a catastrophe, not just an inconvenience. That idea of switching to a career you might love more but pays a little less, it feels impossibly risky. Your entire life just becomes more expensive to maintain. And in a crazy twist, as your income goes up, your actual freedom to choose goes down. You become trapped by the lifestyle you've built. So why do we do this to ourselves? Well, it's simple psychology, but it's incredibly powerful. Our money decisions are rarely logical. They're almost always emotional. Our brains are hardwired for immediate reward. A new gadget, a fancy dinner, those things give you an instant hit of dopamine. Investing for a goal that's 20 years away? Ugh, that's abstract, it's fuzzy. So the brain consistently, almost every time, chooses the guaranteed comfort now over the potential freedom later. This forces us to completely redefine what wealth actually is. It has very, very little to do with the size of your paycheck. True wealth is determined by how much of your income you actually manage to keep, how much of it stays alive, working for you in savings and investments, rather than just passing through your hands to pay for a lifestyle. And the biggest tragedy in all of this
It's the permanent loss of your greatest financial advantage, time. When those raises come early in your career, even small amounts of money, if they're invested, can grow into massive sums thanks to the magic of compounding. But if that extra income just gets absorbed by lifestyle upgrades, that opportunity is gone. Poof, forever. You just can't invest yesterday's money tomorrow.
Okay, so that's the problem. And I know it sounds a little bleak, but it's not. The moment you become aware of this trap is the exact moment you can start to dismantle it. So let's talk about the path to freedom and how you can actually start building a better financial future starting today. First things first, a really crucial point. This is not about living a life of misery. It is not about denying yourself everything you enjoy. Not at all. It's simply about awareness. It's about making conscious choices and understanding that every little upgrade has a long-term cost, not just a monthly one. It's about being intentional with your money. So how do you actually do it? Here are 3 really powerful steps. Number 1, pause. The next time you get a raise or a bonus, do nothing. For at least 6 months, keep your lifestyle exactly the same. This creates this crucial cooling off period, and it breaks that emotional link between more income and more spending. Number 2, prioritize your future self. Before that extra money even hits your main bank account, automate an increase to your savings or your investments. See, this isn't about willpower, it's about building a system. You pay your future self first. And third, and this one's big, redefine your metric for success. Stop measuring your wealth by the car in your driveway and start measuring it in months of freedom. Trust me, watching that number grow is way more satisfying than any material purchase. This ultimately leads to 2 very, very different financial states. You can be in a fragile state. Yeah, you're earning a high income, but you're burdened by equally high expenses. You're constantly on edge. Or you can be in a resilient state. And this might be with a more moderate income, but because your lifestyle is controlled, you have a financial cushion. You have options. You have peace of mind. And in the end, that's really what this is all about. Real wealth, it's often invisible. It's quiet. It doesn't need to be posted on social media for validation. What it does is buy you the most valuable things on earth. Time to do what you truly want, options to change your life if you need to, and the calm that comes from knowing you're secure. So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Take an honest look at your own finances, at your own habits. Is the lifestyle you've built truly serving your long-term goals and your happiness, or has it quietly become a trap? The answer to that question could change everything for you.